Alright, what's good, fam? Welcome back to another video. So as you guys can see from the title, I am going to be ranking every single devil fruit in this game, okay? So the first fruit I have on my list is gonna be bomb. Now the reason I say bomb is because this fruit is only for low levels. If you were to get in a PvP battle with this fruit, you will literally die. I'm not joking, okay? You will literally die with this fruit because it's not meant for fighting. It's only meant for leveling. The second fruit I have on the list is gonna be Spike. Now, both of these fruits have only 2 skills and they're only for low levels, which is for leveling, okay? I do not recommend using these fruits for fighting any battles, okay? And these are the only D ranks that I have on the list. So moving on to the C ranks, we're coming in with Spring. Now, I say Spring because Spring is not such a bad fruit. Now for fighting, maybe yes, but for running or escaping or using it for swords, it's not such a bad fruit. Trust me, I've been using Spring just to get away from enemies or just to leap in the air and attack with my Euro blade. Now Spring is actually a good asset to use with Euro because you can leap high in the air, you can go far away, and you can just dip whenever you want to, okay? Alright, so look, the next fruit on my list is going to be Chop Chop because this fruit is literally a godly fruit for farming, okay? Now, there are a ton of sword NPCs in this game, and this fruit is the one for you if you want to farm and you want to get to a high level, okay? Chop is immune to all swords, as you guys know, okay? So that's why I put Chop at the C rank, okay? Because it's immune to all swords and you can grind super easy. Now, the next fruit I have on my list is going to be Smoke. And I say Smoke because it's a Logia. Any Logia in this game is good for farming, of course. But PvP wise, this fruit isn't as good as the other Logias. This fruit is a C rank and it will stay at the C rank until they update it, if so. Alright, so we are now in the B rank, you guys. And the first B rank I want to say is Sand. Sand is a Logia and it's good for farming, but Sand isn't as good as a PvP fruit as other Logias. And I say this because it's mainly a ground fighting fruit. If you were to fight someone in the air, it will be hard to fight them because Sand has mostly ground skills, okay? Now listen, Sand is a good matchup with any sword, okay? Now the reason is because you can use the tornado skill and you can trap them in the air, and once they're in the air, you can do a deadly combo on them in the air using Sand. Alright, so look, the next fruit on the list is gonna be Barrier. Barrier is really good for fighting. Barrier has the skills where they can block attacks. You can use the stairs, but the stairs are pretty useless for Barrier, but the other skills are really good, okay? So I might just move it up to an A rank just because it's so good, but for now Barrier is going to be a B rank because it's not bad and it's not as good as the top fruits, okay? Alright, so look, next on the list I have Gum Gum, and I say Gum Gum because it's not a good fruit and it's also not a bad fruit. Gum can be a very effective weapon if you know how to use it right, and that's all I have to say about Gum. Until they add Gear 4 for Gear 3rd and everything else, Gum Gum will always be the middle fruit. Moving on, the next fruit we have is Rumble. Now, I say Rumble because it's a Logia, of course. You can grind easily, but the skills are hard to use, hard to hit, okay? Now, it takes forever for the skill to land, and you have to have a little prediction to use this fruit, okay? The only reason I would say using this fruit is for sword users or if you're trying to run away super fast, okay? Otherwise, this fruit isn't as good for grinding, and this fruit isn't really the best fruit that you guys should be using, okay? Now, moving on. The next fruit I have on the list is Magma. I say Magma because it's still not Awaken, and don't get me wrong, Magma is not a bad fruit for grinding. It's actually really good for grinding, but Magma is not good for PvP. Alright, so look guys, all of these fruits I have on the B list are accurate because they aren't the best fruits, but they also aren't the worst fruits, okay? They can be really effective if you guys know how to use them right. You can pair them up with swords or guns or etc, okay? Just make sure you guys learn how to use them correctly. Otherwise, it will be a bad or good fruit, however you make it, okay? Now, moving on, we are finally at the A rank, okay? Now, the first fruit I want to put on the A rank is going to be Phoenix. This fruit has the ability to heal. Also, if you guys have this fruit, you take less damage, and this fruit can be very effective in PvP if you guys know how to use it, okay? Now, you can also run away. You can also do many things with this fruit, but this fruit so far is really good because of its healing powers, okay? Moving on to the next fruit, we have Buddha. Now we have Buddha because obviously it's a Zoan and it's really good because you have an HP boost, okay? If you guys use this fruit, you will literally get double the HP. Also, you will turn into a giant literally, okay? Also, this fruit has so many special perks that you guys do not know about. If you guys are wanting to do a raid, this is the fruit for you. Now the next fruit on the list I want to say is gonna be Paw, okay? Paw is a really good fruit for sword users, and it has that last skill where it kind of blinds you, and it's actually really good, okay? Now the next fruit we have on the list is gonna be string. String that's unawakened is not so good. But if you awaken string, it's gonna be an A rank because this fruit is so deadly, you guys don't even know. You just gotta know how to aim right, you gotta know how to use it, okay? Alright, so moving on to the next fruit we have control. Control isn't an S rank because it's hard to use and it's hard to level up with and it's hard to farm with. It's just like, it's a good fruit, don't get me wrong. I know the developers probably took so long to make this fruit and it's really satisfying to use, but it's not the best fruit to use in the PvP or to grind, okay? This fruit is really good, it can be super effective, but it isn't the best, and that's why I have it at A rank, okay? Now moving on, we have gravity. Gravity is actually underrated in this game. Many people sleep on gravity. Plus, gravity is like a mysterious fruit, you know? You don't really see too many people with gravity fruit. You don't really see it in the shops. You don't really see gravity around, you know? Like, it's kind of hard to get. It's really hard to get. It's super rare. But even if you get it, gravity is a really good fruit. Like, you guys don't even know. Gravity is really, really good. I think they should awaken gravity next. Like, this fruit would be so super, like, this fruit would be super dope. I feel like it could be an S rank. Alright, so look, the final A rank fruit we have on this list is gonna be light, okay? Light is a good fruit for low levels. Light is a good fruit for high levels. Light is just a good fruit overall because of the speed, because of the light sword, because of the grindiness, because of everything about light. Light is actually a really good fruit, okay? Light should be a top tier fruit because Kizaru has it in the anime. Alright guys, look, we have finally made it to the S rank. Now, I'm gonna explain each fruit and why they are in S rank, okay? And we're gonna start off with Mera, of course. This fruit, as in low level fruit, is good for grinding and it's good for PvP, okay? Especially if it's awakened, okay? Listen, trust me, okay? This fruit is super deadly. It's gonna be super hard to fight this fruit. Listen, flame is an S rank because when it's awakened, it's super deadly. It's hard to escape the beam. It's hard to fight this user. It's hard to fight flame users. Like, flame is really good in this game. Now moving on, we have ice. Awaken ice is really good in this game. You can literally stun your opponents and kill them with a good combo, okay? Now, the freeze is really good because let's say they're using a combo on you. You can actually freeze them during the combo and you can use your combo. And it's super effective for killing and bounty hunting, okay? Now, the next fruit we have on the list is gonna be dark. Listen guys, listen. Dark is a dark is like the perfect fruit for bounty hunting. Trust me, you can't go wrong with this fruit. This fruit is really good with Euro, any sword actually. Great fruit for combos, has a stun skill, has a teleport skill. This fruit overall is really good, okay? Especially if you're trying to bounty hunt, trust me. Now listen guys, the final three I have on this list is gonna be the best fruits in the game in my opinion, okay? Now I say this because of the damage, because of the skills, and because of the durability of each of these fruits, okay? These three fruits we have left remaining down here, which is Dragon, Dough, and Quake, are the best fruits in the game. Now, I say Quake because the damage is unbelievably strong. Like, you remember when Quake first came out and no one could literally survive? This fruit is really effective, and it's hard to fight because all of the attacks are a huge AoE, okay? Now, if you want to fight this fruit, I recommend that you get a fruit where you can go into the air or you can fly or anything like that, because one weakness that Quake has is that you can literally go in the air and dodge all of the attacks. But other than that, Quake is a godly fruit. Do not get it twisted, okay? Now, the next fruit we have on this list is gonna be Dough, and I say Dough is the second best fruit in the game, and the reason I say this because this fruit is literally a Logia, a godly Logia, okay? This fruit has a stun skill, this fruit has a lot of grip skills, and this fruit is very hard to run away from, okay? You guys can use this fruit very effectively, and it has so much damage with this fruit, second best fruit in the game, and that's no doubt about it, okay? Now, the final fruit we have on this list, you guys already know, is gonna be Dragon. Dragon is the best fruit in the game, okay? Dragon is the best fruit in the game. It's only for high levels. It's not for low levels because it's gonna be super hard for low levels to level this fruit. But this fruit is really scary, okay? The beam is really good, it's super effective, has a huge AoE, and it's very hard to escape. If you want to kill a dragon user, I say use ice, dark, or anything else that can stun the dragon, okay? Let me explain each rank again. D rank is the worst fruit in the game. It's only for low levels. C rank is not so bad, but it's not really good overall. B rank is like a middle fruit. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. But it can be very effective to use. A rank are really good fruits you guys can use in battle and win, okay? Now the S ranks are the best fruits in the game, and you guys will be super successful if you guys use these fruits. Trust me. The S rank, I do want to say they have to be Awakened for the Flame, Ice, and Dark, and Quake for them to be the best. Otherwise, if they aren't Awakened, they will just go down to probably A rank, okay? Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah, enjoy your day. Make sure you guys stay lit and positive, and I'm out, so peace.